So we were
There we go. Boom.
talking about the games. We're about to guess the chalk, right?
Yep.
We're back live.
Back live.
Let's do it.
You can pull up DraftKings on your.
Oh, you want that? You don't want my guys. You don't want to see the optimizer that this is behind the scenes. I mean, we're
I kind of want to see the optimizer.
showing how the sausage is made here. Uh-oh, we got somebody else talking. We're back here now. Okay, so we were about to transition over to guess the chalk.
Boom.
Juice.
Yep. We're going quarterback first.
We're going to start off the quarterback. So we know what the high-scoring games were, right?
Yep.
Let me take a shot at this here. I am going to go with the guy I like just because I want to see how high owned he is. Dalton.
Oh, wow. That's who I was going to guess. Where's
Wow.
Dalton?
I feel like you say Dalton a lot.
I don't know that have I said Dalton?
I
feel
don't
like
know.
You have.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm just making that up in my
I think he
head.
is making that up.
That's not a bad guess.
I'm usually at the cheap quarterback range, but I don't know that I played Dalton yet.
Not at the-
I
not
played
a
every
bad
other
guess.
cheap. Top five?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Number 5. That's
Good start.
not
Okay,
a bad start.
give it to us, Jared. You're hot in these two. I have to start giving you credit. You're starting to get good at this. It was a lot more fun when you were.
Let's not go crazy.
It was more fun when you were bad at this.
I'm going to go with Herbert.
Number 4.
All right.
Since I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go with Ritter.
No.
No, wow,
No,
okay.
He's way down.
He's he's cheap though.
He's
He's
cheap.
cheap. We'll see. It could be. Yeah, it's not. I mean, I'm not against that.
I mean, it's interesting in that game because you have Dalton and Ritter the exact same price.
Yep.
What about Hurts?
Number 1.
Yeah. Okay. He's
Number 1,
good
and he's
matchup.
the most expensive quarterback on the slate.
He's been going off.
It's hard
Yep.
to argue, though.
It's
Yep.
a good matchup.
Good
Target-
matchup. I think one thing I noticed about Philly is like they just don't take the foot off the gas.
Yeah,
Like,
ever.
They just keep running it up.
They got to be close to setting the record for the number of touchdowns in a season, right?
I think
They have like 6 touchdowns every week.
Yeah.
I think they're making a little bit of a push to make him the MVP.
Yeah, I like it. He might. We'll see if he ends up as an argument.
You guys
when
want to
he's-
go number 2, 3?
Yeah, let's hear it. Are you? You keep guessing. You're
Well,
good at this.
if Hertz is up there, I'm going to try Mahomes.
Number 2
Number 2.
And 3 would be Fields.
would be Dak Prescott.
Oh wow.
Justin Fields is right outside the top 5, number 6.
Okay.
What's interesting is I think this obviously did not take into account the Mike White injury. He was 7th.
Okay. So
Yeah, I loved Mike White against Detroit,
Yeah,
but
I
I
kinda did
do
too.
not like Zach Wilson against
No.
Detroit.
I'm kind of glad Mike White's hurt, so we don't have to try to stuff old Mike
Let
White.
me go through the top 10 real quick. Hurts, Mahomes, Prescott, Herbert, Dalton, Fields, White, Burrow, Mac Jones, Tannehill.
I like it. Jordan played Tannehill last week. I thought that was rare. I haven't seen Tannehill button press much this year, but somebody's pressing it. He's top 10,
I mean, I guess he liked that game.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch over. Let's do running back.
I think I got this one.
You go ahead. Give it to us.
Pacheco.
No.
What?
What about McKinnon?
Pacheco is 6th. McKinnon is 10th.
Okay.
That's interesting.
I like McKinnon better than Pacheco this week, by the way.
I don't.
You think he got lucky to get all those
I
points?
think the game script played really well for McKinnon.
Well, he got kind of lucky, too.
Well, yeah, but one thing I've noticed with McKinnon is
You know what I'm talking about, right? That pass where he, like, flung it
no
over.
look.
I don't even know if it was no look. It was, like, just kind of like a
Where-
flung
where
it over his
the
shoulder.
Mahomes-
Yeah.
No, it was a no look. He
Yeah.
literally like did this. Like, no look.
It was a fling more than a throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
But I think they give McKinnon the ball when the game is tight. Like I think they trust
agree.
him more.
I agree.
So I think I feel
They
like
also, when they're having to use him in the passing game, they switch over to him.
yeah.
So
So I think the game script is more for Pacheco because they're playing Houston.
Yeah.
They're favored by 14. I mean, it should be a blowout on paper.
let me make a couple other guesses just to see where they fall in the top 5. Sanders,
No.
not even near it.
what about Derrick Henry?
No, which is surprising. He's
Low.
8th.
Wow, he's expensive.
Against the Chargers? I don't
The
know.
worst rush defense in the league.
Yeah.
The Chargers.
That's weird. He's going to go up, I think. What about Kamara? Kamara's at a weird price.
Number 4, no Mark Ingram.
But he's not paying even without Ingram. It's weird.
Atlanta, yeah.
It's a good matchup.
$6,800, not a bad deal.
I think he's a good play. I actually, in my build, I pivoted off of him, and at one point I played him with Olave and Dalton.
Yeah.
But it's a good price for him. But then I listened to some podcasts that talked me off of him because they were going over his games and saying he just hasn't produced, and Hill takes so much of the scoring these days.
Yeah, that and Ingram's been vulturing some of his workload as well. And Ingram's gone this week. He's injured.
He's out.
It's a good spot for.
It's basically his backfield, and that's it.
Do we think Kamara's going to be highly owned?
He's 4th in projected ownership.
So Knight's got to be up there.
He is. He's number 2.
Number 2. Okay.
Give it to us. So
I actually like a Knight a lot more than.
Did we ever say number? Do we ever get number 1?
No.
Okay.
Josh Jacobs is number 1.
Wow. Again.
Really?
That's surprising. He's expensive.
He's still banged up.
He's still banged up, and his matchup's not great in New England.
No, it's a terrible matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Travis Etienne is 3rd.
I don't like his matchup.
Against Dallas is tough. But I think it's going to be. a little bit back and forth.
Yeah, he just had an awful game last week.
He's had 3 awful games in a row.
Yeah.
Let me throw a name at you guys. It seems like nobody ever likes playing this guy, and I don't really get it. Tony Pollard. Nobody ever likes playing him.
We played him last week.
Yeah, but I mean, the public doesn't like playing Tony Pollard.
No, it's hard to pick between those Dallas running backs. It really is.
He's so efficient.
He's
with
really
his touches.
He really is.
Dallas
he's moved up
needs
in price finally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 7,100. He's like 15th or 16th. I mean, but Derrick Henry's surprising. James Conner's another guy that is up there, and Pacheco.
Connor just keeps getting the ball handed to him.
Yep, they're against Denver, but they don't have Kyler Murray, so I would assume that they're going to rely on him a little bit.
What
more
about
this week?
$5,700 Swift?
Man, I mean, I couldn't have been more wrong about him last week.
Who's that?
DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to give him a full workload, and I mean, it actually decreased. Like now it's a 3-man backfield.
It might be this week. Yeah, they did. They added in Jefferson or something.
Justin Jackson.
Yeah.
Justin Jackson.
It's so weird what they're doing there. I don't get it.
He must be banged up. Or they're saving it hopefully for the playoffs.
Maybe. It makes no sense.
Or they're saving him for the big Jets week they have this week.
Maybe.
Okay, how about let's talk some wide receiver. This is always the hardest to guess. I think Chase is going to be a huge play this week. I'm going to guess Chase. He's probably not number 1 or anything.
He's 5th.
Okay.
Not bad.
Good job, me.
There's no way you guys get number 1.
Oh, he issued a challenge there.
All right, number 1 receiver.
In less than 5 seconds.
Zay Jones.
No,
not
not
a
a
bad
terrible
guess.
guess. 1,
I think-
2, 3, 4, 6. He's 9th.
9th.
Not
I mean, that's a
Okay.
good stab, though. I like the stab. What about Olave?
6th.
Okay, you're
God,
just going to have to
there's
tell
no
us.
Wait. There's no way we're going to get this, is what you're saying.
You're gonna laugh when I say it.
Jerry
Is it
Jeudy.
Chris Moore?
It is Chris.
Well, good job. Look at that deductive reasoning.
See, I give good clues. If you listen to me, I give good
Doesn't
clues.
shock me that everyone's going back to the Chris Moore well. How expensive is he this week?
$4,200.
$4,200, and I mean, Jared said it earlier, and I agree. They're going to be down. They're going to have to throw the ball eventually. I mean, you would think.
You like
he
this
gets
chalk?
targets. What's that?
You like that chalk?
I like the price more than anything. I mean,
Yeah.
if I can pay $4,200
I mean, he's
for a
getting the
number 1 receiver,
That's getting all those targets, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
11 targets.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who they're playing if
No.
he gets 13
And
targets.
he caught 10 of them. So, I mean, that's pretty good.
Who are they matched up with this week? Remind me.
Kansas City.
Ooh, that is a good matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, at Kansas City.
I believe so.
They are at Houston.
At Houston.
That's
okay.
even better. Okay, I like Moore. Are we saying Moore is going to be?
Well, I mean, I want to lock and load Pacheco, so I mean, I would not be against
Why Pacheco? Why do you love Pacheco?
because it's Houston,
Yeah.
and the game script's going to be highly favored to the Pacheco game. Like Juice was saying earlier, McKinnon, whenever they're playing in a close game, they tend to give him the ball more because they need a pass catcher.
And they just trust him more.
And they trust him more. But Pacheco's been efficient, and he's in a good game script. I mean, and I would assume everyone's opinion. And he's not that expensive. He's $5,900.
I like it.
I have another sort of extension on your take there, is that I feel like we're getting towards the end of the season, and I think the Chiefs would love nothing more than to go into the playoffs with like a proverbial two-headed monster.
They always
in the
seem.
backfield.
This is I would say, a pattern in the NFL where we start to see in these last 4 weeks where they start to develop their playoff running back.
Yeah.
I definitely see that.
And I think they'd like to boost up his confidence and get him like just fired up for firing off cylinders.
It's not a bad start of the lineup. I got Pacheco running back with Moore.
It might be popular.
It might be.
Maybe.
I'm not worried.
The thing is, it's cheap popular, so it's like
The
it's
great news about
salary
playing in like a
savers.
35-man league is if you have one low-owned play,
Yeah.
you've distinguished yourself
I
enough
agree.
from everything that
Yeah.
you can get away with playing chalk.
Yeah. So let's put that in the little Rolodex when we start building. But I think we're all in favor that that's a good way to start building.
We're talking the worst rush defense and the worst pass defense. So I mean,
Yeah.
we're playing the math, right?
Yeah.
So
I'll go real quick on the receivers. So Moore, Garrett Wilson, again cheap, 6,000.
wrong,
but it's Zach
wrong
Wilson.
quarterback.
Zach Wilson.
I'm avoiding it at all costs.
Keenan Allen's third.
I like Allen this week.
CD Lamb is fourth. Jamar is fifth. Olave sixth. Amon Ra seventh.
I like Olave. I don't like him on that much.
Godwin eighth. Zay Jones ninth, and Mike Williams 10th.
I think Godwin or St. Brown is going to get introduced to Sauce Gardner this week, and
Yeah.
I think his St. Brown might be a fade this week. What do you think?
I mean, I'm not. This is definitely a week where I'm not like.
You're not pushing him this
I'm
week?
not pushing him, but
I think we're gonna get some heavy win. Sauce Gardner.
I think Detroit's gonna win this game.
Not high scoring game.
I hope Detroit wins the game. But I think, like, from a DFS perspective, this might be a good week to hop off Detroit.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see any reason to mess around with the Jets. Okay, let's talk tight end real quick.
Yeah.
I'm
We might have.
gonna guess my boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Chigakonkwo is number one.
Is he?
We might have been first to the market. on that.
I'm a big fan. I am. I'm a big fan of his.
He's got a good price tag, 3,100. Number one against the Chargers. Yeah, who defensively are.
Can we just put him in?
Sure.
Jared, you got any?
Nope. I have no reason not to.
We got some good Charger run backs. If we, I think that's a game where we can certainly run back something at him.
We got 3 decent pieces already, and we got 6,100 on the average salary.
Yeah, we're doing fine. Yeah, no, we haven't even worked defense in yet.
So we got Kelsey number 2,
Okay.
Yep.
Schultz third, Cole Kmet fourth, Everett fifth. Hunter Henry sixth, Pat Fryermuth seventh, Conklin eighth, Dulcich ninth, and Evan Ingram, $1 million winner. Evan Ingram is 10th.
I think I can confidently say this is going to be a week where Kelsey gets at least 2 touchdowns.
Confidently going to say that he's just going to go get 2.
Question.
Yeah.
So
But where's Pacheco going to
yeah, I
score?
was gonna say like
He gets everything else.
If
They have to get the lead first, and then they give the ball to Pacheco over and over again.
I think we're going to have to fade expensive Kelsey this week.
Nah.
We're going. I thought you said we could go Akinakwa.
Yeah, but we put him in our flex.
Oh, that's a.
Listen, I'm telling you, Kelsey's going to have a huge game this week.
You're telling us that the running game is where to attack
but
too.
they both can do that. They both can.
Only
produce.
in your mind.
No, not only in my mind. There's been tons of millionaire makers winners that have done this exact thing.
You know the problem with this, and I'm not gonna, every time I argued about something, it ends up blowing up. So we're going to guarantee this, that if we do this and this becomes a low-scoring game, we're out. Like we're just out. Like
I like the way the lineup is shaping up, but
without Kelsey in it.
Without Kelsey, I like. We talked about Herbert being healthy and getting all his receivers back. I think that's a good little game stack.
Herbert, I'm fine with going with
I
Herbert.
mean, we got Chig. We can
Let's
run
see
him back.
where Kelsey. If we have money left,
Listen,
there, I'll shelf. Can we shelf
let me say
Kelsey?
this. We can shelf it, but let me just say this: he's only 7,800 against Houston.
Would you rather
with a
have
ceiling with a ceiling of 40 points?
Would you rather have him or Jamar Chase?
Who are they playing?
Tampa Bay. Higgins is banged up. That both teams are going to throw the ball.
I think we could probably get both of them in. We have 61. We haven't even put the
Okay.
defense in.
We're gonna.
Boyd is questionable.
Boy, I think Chase is a.
Yeah, I'm not against it at all. I like it a lot.
The last thing, he's an all eyes on me type guy. That game's going to have eyes on it. They're going to throw it 50, 60 times against Tampa, right? I mean, don't you think? They're not going to try to pound Mixon at him, I don't think.
I don't know. They could go a couple different ways. I just don't think that Tampa Bay can keep up with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Like, that's my concern. It's like they just look terrible.
So on the Herbert front, because I do like that game, I think Herbert, Tennessee is a clean game. I think that's easily he gets 3 touchdown passes.
It's in L.A., dome game. All the receivers are back.
I like Allen. Do you like Allen, or do you like what?
The public likes Allen.
I like Allen.
So, I mean, but
What do
we
you
can
think,
also
Jerry?
go Mike Williams. He's a little bit less
I like
owned.
Keenan Allen.
I mean, I like Gerald Everett. He's relatively popular.
Honestly, I think now that we know that Zach Wilson is playing, my favorite defense on the slate is Detroit at 3,000.
Maybe. That's not a bad call.
I don't mind that. I don't even mind trying to work Swift in this lineup.
I don't want to do Swift. There's too many people that they spread the ball
seem to
across.
score.
I got burned last week. I don't want to get that taste in my mouth again. I mean, I know like
I've been playing Buccaneers D paired with Fournette a lot. I think, but I've also been playing Chase a lot. So, anyway.
So what do we want to do with defense? So we can kind of figure out where we're at on salary for the rest of these spots.
you want to go through the top 5 defenses real quick?
Yeah.
Sure, tell us what the
So
public-
Denver Broncos are number 1. That's not a bad call either with Arizona.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
I wouldn't even. Yeah,
I mean, and I hate this guy, but Latavius Murray.
I was going to
is
say we
cheap.
could even play Murray.
I hate him, but he's cheap. Tennessee's number 2.
I wouldn't mind if we're going to pay up somebody. Henry's not a bad person to pay up on
Against the Chargers? Nope.
Yeah.
I don't dislike that
if
at
we
all.
want to run it back.
Tampa Bay is 3rd. Carolina 4th, and then the Falcons are 5th.
Oh, Falcons, interesting.
Yeah,
Again,
they're cheap.
I forgot
They're
it.
cheap.
Listen, we could get Henry, Chase, and Kelsey in the lineup and still have $5,000 left at quarterback and wide receiver.
So who are we playing at defense in this? We'll
Broncos.
Okay, you like the Broncos?
Yep.
And are we playing Murray too?
Well, I have Henry and Pacheco in at Kelsey at the flex. I mean,
We're not going to get out of here without Kelsey in our lineup, are we?
I don't think so.
God, I hope he has a good week.
He's going to. This is a prime time
What's the defense you picked?
He picked Denver.
Broncos. With still $5,000 at the last 2 spots, which is quarterback and wide receiver.
Corner or quarter?
I said quarterback.
Oh, I have Herbert in at quarterback.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
So that doesn't work. All right.
yeah. Let's put Herbert and Keenan Allen in.
And that gives us 3,800 at our flex.
30. Oh, wait, you have a lot. Because who did you put in? You
I put Henry and Chase in.
Henry and Chase. I like Henry and Chase. I don't know. I'm not anti-Kelsey. Kelsey's going to blow up. I just think we have a really good tight end this week to play.
God, how are you fitting all these guys in?
So we have Herbert, Henry, Pacheco, Keenan Allen, Chase, Chris Moore,
They definitely got in.
Okanagwa, or whatever, however you say his name.
Okay, I got you.
And then Denver at defense. And then we got 3,800 left in the flex, which the top guy there is Evan Ingram.
I like Landry. I don't mind Landry. I like
Landry at 3,800.
Yeah. I like Ingram, too. I like Vado Scantling's not terrible.
So we don't have Kelsey in this lineup.
Yeah, we don't.
I was like, there's no way.
No,
Right.
No, we don't. Not with Herbert.
We
at
have to
quarterback.
choose between Kelsey and Chase, basically. We could go Kelsey. If we go Kelsey,
Let me see what there's.
it's going to free up a little more receiver than Chase does.
What's the situation on the Patriots receivers this week? I feel like a lot of them are banged up.
Yeah, I think Jacoby Myers is dealing with something. What is
Parker's hurt, too, right?
Yeah, I feel
Parker's-
like a lot of them are banged up.
You know who's getting a lot of
Aguilar.
Who's getting a lot of targets that we could actually fit in this lineup as a run back is Westbrook and Keenan, right?
Yeah. Or Tyquan Thornton is also for the Patriots.
How much is Thornton?
Parker wasn't spotted at practice last Thursday. Okay, so that's not a good sign. And then Jacoby Myers. Let's see what they
Man,
say.
if Mike White was the quarterback, Elijah Moore is only 3,600.
Jacoby Myers officially didn't practice on Thursday also.
So I'm going to restate my concern, Kelsey. They're the 32nd worst rush defense. I feel like they're going to run the ball a lot, get a lead, and they're going to try to I mean, they just have bigger games coming up. I just don't. Kelsey is a big game type of guy. Like for some reason, I feel I like Chase better than Kelsey, but that's just my opinion.
I understand.
There's other wide receivers that we could consider that we haven't talked about either. I mean, I think A.J. Brown's a great play this week.
Yeah, A.J. Brown is,
if we go A.J., that leaves us 41 in the flex.
instead of Chase.
Instead of Chase. I'm just trying different things. I mean, right now I think we're choosing between Kelsey, Chase, and or another wide receiver or another running back because we got the flex spot open. So if we wanted to go, if we wanted to pay up at running back, get like what's his name in there for New Orleans.
What about this is a guy that we haven't played. At least I haven't played this year, but he's been shoving it in my face every week. It seems like is Christian Watson for the Packers.
He tried to play him, and I threw him out of the lineup one week.
All the dude does is score touchdowns. It seems like
It's a good Monday night game too.
I mean, if we played him, now we've got Devontae Smith,
Or Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, Montgomery, Zeke, Evans, your boy Judy, ATN.
I like
a lot
it.
of options.
I like it. Where is how far are we from? See, I wouldn't mind trying to get Sanders in either. Miles Sanders. What do you guys think?
Let's see, where's he at?
He's we're 100 away. We just have to go down on defense a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys like? We got other than Kelsey. Are you? Do you want?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Denver's a must play. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they're good, but
Yeah, we don't have to must play them.
yeah, they're not someone we have to get in our lineups.
Are you gonna feel like we have a losing lineup if we don't play Kelsey? Because I'm fine with playing him in your lineup.
I think
We can talk about doing other things and play Kelsey.
I don't think you could ever say that Kelsey's a bad play, but I think he sort of goes against the thesis of our Pacheco play.
I do too. I agree too.
I
That's
think-
my only sort of concern.
I think that they both will score above 20 points this week. Pacheco and Kelsey together. But they're going to get they have to first get a lead, and they're going to get a lead with their number one option against a terrible defense, which is Kelsey. So Kelsey could easily get us 20 points in the first half of the game. And then after that, it's the Pacheco show.
I'm willing to do it. It's your. We need a win out of this lineup. So if Juice and I can talk about things that we would do with our lineup,
And I like the Christian Watson call because literally for the last what is it?
I don't know how
4
you-
games, he has not scored a
I know
touchdown.
it's just been, and he's still relatively cheap.
Yeah,
So-
he's
I think people have
5,700.
sort of forgotten about him.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to come off somebody then. You could go to like Allen to Palmer. Do you like Anybody like Palmer?
No, I don't like Palmer with
With both those guys, I
with
still
both the guys
think
healthy.
Then let's not play Herbert.
Herbert.
Let's
Yeah,
do
let's-
something. Let's try something else.
I like Keenan Allen, but I think if anything, I want to keep Chase rather than Allen.
I think I like this lineup: Herbert, Henry, Pacheco, Moore, Palmer, Watson, Okinawa, Kelsey, Falcons D.
Falcons D, okay. Falcons
Thoughts
D.
on that?
Nope, I don't. I like it.
I like Palmer. You guys don't. I still think Palmer is a great receiver.
Not with everybody
Not
now.
with everybody
You don't think
healthy. He got like one target whenever the first game where everybody came back. So let's see here. So what do you guys have right now? You got Henry.
I think I'm going to move Kelsey to the tight end spot. That way it opens up the flex to whatever cheapness you want to play there. You don't have to play Oka.
Okongwu.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh. Okay. So now you have 4,300 between your flex and your wide receiver there. What I have is Herbert, Henry, Pacheco, Moore, Watson, Kelsey. You could do like Everett in the flex.
I think I kind of like those. Kind of like those Patriots receivers this week, man.
Which one are you looking at?
I think either Nelson Aguilar, a little revenge game, a little revenge narrative, or Tyquan Thornton.
He had 10 targets last week.
Who Aguilar did?
Aguilar did, yeah. Which would give us 5,300 at the flex, which gives us Knight against Detroit.
Yeah, but we're playing Herbert naked. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I mean, I did golf naked last week in my lineup. I liked it because we ran it back, right? We ran it back with Henry. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, we ran it back with Henry. Yeah, so I like Aguilar, especially if all their receivers are injured. He had 10 targets last week. He only got 8.2 points, but
I mean, we could play McKinnon, and we could do Pacheco, McKinnon, and Kelson.
No.
Juice, you're supposed to laugh at that.
Well, that's not funny.
I like Knight.
I like Knight too, especially with Zach Wilson. I think he got a huge upgrade with Zach Wilson with the quarterback because Zach Wilson doesn't know how to get offensive yards. So
hold on one second. Let me check something. If can we go? We could do Broncos and Latavius Murray
instead of Knight. So which pair do you guys like better? Do you like Knight and Falcons or Broncos and Murray?
I kind of like Broncos and Murray, to be honest.
Yeah, I like it a little bit better because, Andy Dalton's supposed to be one of the top plays this week. So
Denver needs a home win. I mean, they really do. I mean, they're playing against a backup banged-up Arizona team. I mean, Denver needs to have a big win. And with Rippon at quarterback, I just feel like Murray might get more action. What do you think, Juice? You've been quiet over there.
I'm just looking at a couple other options. I mean, like Chuba Hubbard wasn't bad.
Yeah, he had a good week last week, even with Foreman playing.
He had 14 carries, and then the game before that, he had 17 carries.
It's got a really low game score.
Yeah, but at 4,900, we don't need him to.
Right.
We don't need him to explode.
Do you like him better?
15 points. I'm more than happy with that. I'm not really worried about Pittsburgh's defense.
No, they've given up tons of fantasy points all year.
I don't know. Just another name to throw out there.
the more I think about it, the more I like Christian Watson again this week.
I have Watson in there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah,
I think he's a good play.
Yeah.
I think I like having the Monday night play. You know
Can't you just see him scoring 2 touchdowns Monday night?
I really
doing
could.
the Lambeau leap a couple times.
Yep.
I know that's not a lot of hard hitting analysis, but that's just kind of what I'm.
I like this lineup because I don't think Derrick Henry's going to be highly owned. I like running. I don't mind naked Herbert because it's hard to pick which receiver we want to start. They have a lot of pieces he throws to. I like Pacheco. I like Aguilar. We could run it. I like Moore. I like Watson. Kelsey is fine, and I've got Hubbard in there so far. What do you guys think?
So we do have Herbert in there?
Hubbard. Yeah, I left Justin Herbert in there. Unless you guys have something you want to do.
I mean, we've said all season that Cash has been good enough to win most weeks in Rays.
Yeah. I like playing a cash style lineup in Rays League.
Do we settle with the Broncos D? Is that right?
I think we can do it. We can definitely play Broncos D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Herbert, Henry, Pacheco, Aguilar, Watson, Moore. Is it Kelsey?
Kelsey.
And then at flex right now, I have Murray, but
You like Murray better than Hubbard? You can have the
actually,
final say.
honestly, I might like Zay Jones better than all these options.
How much is Zay?
He's 4,900. I mean, last week he had 12. The week before, I'm talking about targets. Last week he had 12. The week before, 7. The week before that, 14.
If you can just send him like an edible arrangement and remind him to catch the ball and not drop it, I'd feel really good.
An edible arrangement.
He caught what? He caught 8 out of 12 last week.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, against Detroit, that was rough. He caught 2 out of 7.
He's just had some bad drops.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's getting targets.
What do you think the game script is going to be like on that? Do you think Dallas is going to be
I think
in the league?
I think it's back and forth, man.
Back and forth?
Yeah, I don't think that
No, I don't think Dallas is a shutdown type of defense.
they're at home. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
They're at home.
I mean, look what they put up fantasy-wise last week.
Trevor Lawrence has looked good.
he's looked better and better. You know,
I'd almost be like down to play Trevor Lawrence against. I mean, and pair it with Zay Jones, which would give us another 1,400.
Come off Aguilar. Though I like Aguilar.
I mean, I like Aguilar. I guess I'm just trying to get to Chase, but that's not enough. So I mean,
Chase is a good play. Oh, you mean off of Watson?
yeah, off of Watson. But I mean, I like Watson probably just as much as Chase at this point. So I mean, we don't need to do that. We can just leave it the way it was.
Watson. Push it back. This thing. Who did I take out? I need to put back. Oh, Lawrence. I like Herbert this week.
Yep,
Lawrence a little
yep.
banged up.
Yeah.
I think Herbert's a good candidate for 3 touchdowns pretty easily, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I like this lineup.
We need some high variance.
Yeah.
so we settled on Zay Jones, right, in the flex.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean we can play with that as the week
Yep.
Yeah.
progresses.
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's not a set in stone thing. It's like he's got a relatively high ceiling for the price. I think more than Murray. It's hard for me to.
Okay, let's talk about some of our favorite things that we haven't talked about so far. Then I like our lineup.
Yep.
Juice. Let's talk about favorite stack that hasn't been mentioned yet, or that we didn't really focus on at all.
I think I really like Philly.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Definitely. I'm having trouble not playing Philly. The only reason I'm not playing Philly is I like Dalton and I like being able to play up at all these other spots. But boy, you can play a lot. The Philly stack, even if you play both receivers, isn't too expensive.
No, what I was going to say on that is that I think once Dallas Goedert got taken out of the lineup, their targets have been just completely concentrated on Devontae and AJ
Yeah.
Brown.
Goddard's back this week.
So
Is he back?
He's back.
Okay, so
that spreads it out a little bit.
that does
but
spread it out a little bit.
Anyway, I like that. What about you? Out of all, we know that. Well, give me a stack we haven't mentioned.
A stack we haven't mentioned. I like. I'm kind of interested in Ritter, and what's his name? What's the wide receiver? London.
Yeah, I kind of, if I played Ritter, I think I might just play him naked, though. I just don't know that London justifies his price tag.
What's his price tag this week?
I mean, anything over 5,000 makes it not worth it. He hasn't produced at all.
Right.
I mean, he's not consistently putting up 15, 16, 17 point games.
Ritter is a pretty interesting $5,200 play for me this week. He's got legs.
You got Ritter in that game, but you got Dalton $200 more in the same game.
Right.
Playing against a worse defense.
I'm just simply going off of someone we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. I did mention Dalton. So
Yeah.
I also, I'm probably in Ray's lineup. I'm probably going to build a Fields Philly stack.
I think you're gonna get him low owned this week.
Yeah, and he's just been good. I mean, he's gotten over 20 points every game he's played.
Now he is moved up to over 7,000.
Yeah, but the upside is huge.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to pair him with a receiver, so you're playing a lot of naked fields.
Komet.
I like St. Brown too. St. Brown's come on since Mooney has got right.
Yeah,
We've
Equanimous.
yeah, the other St. Brown. What God is he? If the ones That's the sun god. Is he the moon god?
The moon god. Yeah,
Uh,
I guess so, right?
I kind of like that nickname. If he's
I
not,
do.
I can be
I
the.
do.
I'll be the moon god if he's not. You guys can call me the moon
I like
god.
the moon god. Maybe we just gave him a new nickname.
Yeah. Well, moon god is not a bad pairing at 3,700 with Fields.
The god of equality.
The great thing about Fields is you get to run it back with all those pieces.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think, to me, Justin Fields and Hurts are kind of like the same mold of quarterback.
Yeah,
It'll be kind of fun to watch a back and forth game.
That will be fun to
I'd
watch.
say that Hurts throws a little bit better,
Yeah.
and Fields is a little more explosive running.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's more short. Hurts is more short yardage, grinded out, touchdown. Fields can just bust one off at any point.
I have to pee.
Oh, we're gonna lose the producer to pee. I remember when Hurts played at OU. We went and saw him play Houston, and I left the game thinking it's gonna be so hard to stop OU from getting first downs because Hurts can get 4 yards, 5 yards when he needs it pretty
Yeah,
easily.
at almost any time.
I don't know if you remember the end of that OU season, but they kind of went almost triple option because they had
Yeah.
kind of shut down the passing game. People were just kind of doubling Lamb, and anyway, we still made the Final Four that year, but unlike upcoming years, gonna be. What's your favorite play over 8,000 this week?
I don't love any plays over 8,000, honestly.
This is kind of a week where the high. I think Eckler's not a bad play,
You could always play Eckler, right?
but that's 8,500 is a lot.
a lot.
It is asking a lot.
I definitely disagree with Josh Jacobs as the number one running back this week.
Yeah. What about the wide? We didn't talk about Adams much. He's got a tough matchup.
Yeah, I mean, they're at home.
St. Brown, we mentioned, has a tough matchup.
Tyreek, I mean, that's
Tyreek is relatively cheap.
is that the that's a Saturday.
That's
game,
a Saturday.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't seem right.
See, I mentioned Olave. I think he's a good play. We mentioned the 2 Eagles receivers. What about Judy this week? You think Judy's going to get a lot of action after
just
finally
feel-
having the bust out week?
I don't know. Jared seems to like him, but I feel like that was sort of a flash in the pan type thing.
Jared,
Who do I like?
give me your favorite play over $8,000 while we're. Julio basically took the stance that he's not big into top shelf this week. He's not an 8K guy.
No.
Favorite 8K guy? There's only
Probably Hurts. Wouldn't Hurts be your favorite 8K? Isn't he 8,000?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were talking more positional players.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking now. Hurts is over 8K, and I really like Hurts.
Yeah.
Eckler maybe against Tennessee.
Yeah, that's who we kind of said was kind of. There's not a whole lot of it, right?
No, and there's not a ton here. I mean, there's not even.
Adams has a tough matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite running back under 6K that has gone unmentioned.
Unmentioned. Okay.
I'm going to go with on our slate. I like Akers on the Monday night game playing.
Akers. Okay.
I just think they're going to need him. I just have to. Anyway, what do you guys like?
I kind of like Brian Robinson for Washington.
Okay, we didn't talk about him at all.
So they just came off a bye, and they played New York, which is the team they're playing this week, literally the week before their bye. And he had 21 attempts, 96 yards, and 2 targets against New York, and he got like 12 points or 13.1 points.
Yeah, it's a Sunday night game. He's a good story too. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of good choices under 6K. We could. Who just before I say any more, what do you give us? Who you like?
I like AJ Dillon.
Yeah, it's
Frozen Tundra game. I could see him getting 2 short yardage touchdowns, 15 carries, 80 yards, 20-point game.
I mean, with Etienne at 6K, we have a lot of good with
Yeah.
Elliott at 6,200, Sanders at 6,500. We've got a lot of good 6,500 below. What about Najee Harris? We didn't talk about him much. He's starting to come back on a little bit.
He is starting to come back on. I haven't played him at all, honestly, this year. But
What's your guys' thoughts on Fournette? Not to change rapidly fire, but positive Fournette. I mean, 5,500. We would have killed for Fournette at 5,500.
What has White done to not sort of warrant the
I agree.
usage?
He's kind of taken over the role, right?
he's taken over the role. But Fournette still gets the targets. He's had 7 targets consecutively the last 2 weeks, so he's still a part of the offense.
What was his
but,
fantasy point production last week?
It was only 10.6
Total.
total.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He only had 4 rushing attempts last
Yeah.
week.
You like-
Shot at 13.
Wow. Okay, so that answers a lot of my question. We talked about Swift a little bit. That's an interesting less than 6K play. What do you guys think about Etienne this week at 6,000? We would have killed for 6,000 Etienne about 3 weeks ago.
I know it's hard though because he's had 3 consecutive terrible fantasy
Really
days.
bad.
Yeah, like
you could almost argue
3.2.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.2, 8.6, 0.3. It's been
10.3
rough.
the week before that.
Yeah, 10 week. Yeah, 10
Okay, let's talk.
before that.
Then let's switch. Give them. We don't like the top shelf much. We found some good mid. What about less than $4,000 receivers? Who we obviously talked about more is just barely over 4.
Yeah, he's 4.2.
So let's make it 4,500 and less than 4,500. Other than some of the guys we've already put in the lineup and discussed, what's some good value at wide receiver this week?
I don't hate Isaiah Hodgins for the Giants. He had 15.8 fantasy points this past week, 6 targets with a touchdown. I mean, it's something to look
It's
at.
hard though because Slayton was the guy we liked just the week before.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Juice? You got anything under 4,500?
I mean, we did say Nelson Aguilar, I think, is a good play.
I like him.
God, I just can't stand that
I-
Zach Wilson's back for
I
the
said
Jets.
the Moon God. I like a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Westbrook? We talked a little bit about him. He's coming off a week of a lot of targets, right?
He had 8. He had 3 catches. Maybe Jamison Williams gets a couple more
Yeah,
routes.
Jamison Williams.
He only
is
had
someone-
6 passing routes, so
He was wide open though on that one.
Yeah.
What about Skowronek for
Skoranek.
he's in the Monday night game. And also Landry, those guys are right there at 3,800 also.
Yeah.
You guys like either of those guys?
Skoranek did well for me in the showdown.
Yeah, he got a touchdown, right?
It's hard for me to trust Landry at this point. But another person.
Landry was somebody they actually ran plays in the red zone for him though.
Yeah.
So they're looking to get him.
Can we just really quickly talk about Baker Mayfield coming in and winning the game for the Rams?
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
That was amazing.
Which you know who he threw the ball to the most?
Who?
Tutu Atwell.
Yeah, so that's another one. How much is Atwell
He's
this week?
3,300. He had 9 targets last week. He caught 5 of them for 50 yards. So it's something to look at.
Yeah, he's been I mean, you could do a little Atwell Watson there on Monday night if you want on Ray's League if you want to try to keep yourself from needing a miracle at
Yep.
the end.
And you could turn back the clock and play T.Y. Hilton for the Cowboys.
You could.
He
You
was
could.
mentioned a lot on the show last week.
Or not last week, but last year.
No, I think you mentioned last week, right?
He wasn't on a team last week.
I thought you. Anyway,
They
I was.
just
No.
picked him up.
Yeah, they just picked him up.
The Cowboys
The
had.
Cowboys just picked him
T.Y.
up.
Hilton.
That's I mean, he's probably 3,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is 3,200. They're giving him a little. Respect.
Wow. Okay, they're already seeing him coming.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati receivers are a little bit banged up, right? Higgins and Boyd.
I think Boyd is likely to play. Higgins, I don't think Higgins is likely to play.
Does that make Irwin interesting at all? He's coming off a touchdown, right?
He came off of it. Yeah, what was it? I think it was like a 51-yard touchdown, but he only had 2 targets.
With one of them,
Well, Higgins was a full participant today in practice.
Okay,
So
that makes me not love Chase as much. By the way,
Oh, really?
I do. I see. I think Chase can get his whenever.
I agree. I think he's a good play this week.
I mean, if Higgins is healthy, I mean, you might even look at Higgins. He's
Yeah.
6,900.
They said he was healthy last week. I argued he wasn't, by the way, on the show, and he had
Yeah.
0. So
Well, yeah,
we did fade him. That's the good thing.
Yeah,
What about is it Nate Brown for Dallas? What's Brown's?
Noah Brown.
Noah Brown. That's
Noah
right.
Brown. Well, I mean, T.Y. Hilton's there now.
Oh, okay. You mentioned that. I noticed you weren't pushing Philip Dorsett, even though he should be a better play this week than last week, right?
I'm not pushing him because he wasn't very involved. It's
Atwell or Dorsett? Who you taking? They're the same price this week.
probably Atwell.
Wow, so easily. God.
He only had 3. Dorsett only had
Dorsett,
3
he was your
targets.
biggest fan last week, and now suddenly,
Jared's
Yeah.
a man of. He's a conviction play guy.
Yeah, I
he,
mean-
he likes a guy and he goes for it.
Yeah.
I got anything else? Anything else you guys want to discuss?
No.
What about you guys got a tight end that you're gonna think scores a touchdown, not named Kelsey?
Cole Kmet.
You like
Bears.
commit? I like our guy. I like the guy you guys used.
Trigger Conquo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play
I think
him.
this is a great week to play Goddard. He's back healthy, 4,700 against Chicago. You got to look at that.
You guys, nobody mentioned Ingram, who's the slate buster last week.
No, yeah, Ingram's an obvious play. He's only 38. I mean, an obvious look at least 3,800 against Dallas, which is not the greatest or worst.
Are there any other
matchup?
dirt?
But he had 15 targets last week.
Are there any dirt tight ends we love this week? Other than our guy Okinawa is a pretty good dirt, but
Conklin against Detroit.
That's not terrible.
Even whenever Zach Wilson was his quarterback, he still produced. So it's something to look at. 3,100. His price literally never changes. It's been 3,100 for 4 weeks.
That's funny. Okay, we got the second segment. Oh.
No, we're good.
We're good.
Are we not frozen?
No.
We're sure?
Yeah,
we're good.
We're going to clap it out then. Okay. Can you guys think of anything we haven't discussed that need to discuss?
Let's get a win.
Let's get a win. Yeah, let's do it.
I like it.
Good luck in best ball, guys.
Yeah. Makes me think that once this football shuts down, you might get a few basketball shorts and stuff. Right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Anyway, for those didn't have much on the chat today. It's a Friday afternoon. It's a big shopping day. So we got Super Saturday tomorrow. You guys all shopped up?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I just finished my shopping literally today. Actually, I have just a tad bit left.
What'd you get me?
I didn't get you anything.
Oh, okay.
What'd you get me?
That's good. Nothing. So, I haven't done my shopping yet, so that's why I asked. How are the boys? They've been taken care of?
They're good. They got phones.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and so Christian decided to buy $200 worth of apps the first day he got his phone.
Oh, nice.
He's got to load up his
That
phone.
was fun.
You got to get your phone
I'm
set.
going to basically be like penniless here in about a week.
He's got to get his phone set up, Dad. What was he?
$200 worth of apps.
What apps cost $200? What's the most expensive?
You can
app?
easily spend $200 on the apps.
Oh, yeah, they're expensive.
Well, if you play any phone game, you can spend $50 just upgrading your dude or whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that game? God.
Tetris?
No.
That's about where you lost me.
Like something scapes. Anyway,
I don't know.
Gardenscapes.
Gardenscapes. Okay.
Dude, I think I spent like $1,000 on that game.
Yeah.
Gardenscape.
Back in the day, I
It's
spent like $1,000 on Clash
Jenny
of
was
Clans.
like, "You have a problem with that game." But anyway, yeah, it can get pretty pricey with those apps.
Yeah, those microtransactions. They'll
Well,
get
Christian,
you quick.
good work.
Yeah, it was not a fun morning.
We're not playing tennis this weekend?
Nope, no.
Are we done for the holidays?
Christian's got a lesson today. That's it. Done.
Nice.
All right.
How the baby's old enough that they enjoy Christmas yet?
Oh yeah.
How's
Oliver's 4 and Indy is 2, so they both get the concept pretty well
good?
at this point.
Well, I gotta get some shopping in. So, okay. Well, we'll hit the music and hopefully we'll have a good week. Hopefully we're gonna win. We're gonna definitely win before the season's over.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree. Okay, I think this week's it. Let's do it.
All right.
So what's the longest streak in NBA? Win streak.
I think
think
you
it's
said the other
3.
day nobody's won 3.
I've won 3.
He won 3 this
I've
week.
won
Three. You have
multiple
won 4,
times.
right?
Not
I've
multiple
never.
times.
It has